There it is in all its glory. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Oh, my mic is a bit loud today. To GRS F2 round number 7. I think I always forget which round it is. It is number 7, and we're here for the Mystery Grand Prix, and that's why we have a wheel in front of us. Let's make it full screen so it looks even better. Can I still see OBS? That would be great. So yes, here are the tracks we are potentially racing at today. Every track that is not on the calendar. Yeah, so I'll list them quickly. We've got Australia, we've got Mexico, we've got China, we've got Las Vegas, Monaco, the dreaded Monaco, of course, Spain, Austria, Silverstone, Spa in Belgium, of course, Suzuka in Japan, and Abu Dhabi. I think I've said all of them. So there you go. What do we want? Anyone got any preferences today? Of course, as well, anything we spin today cannot be run later on in the week in other tiers. So it will be a unique race per tier. So yeah, let's see. Are we ready to spin? Let's have a look. We've got 17 people in the lobby, including myself, so we're missing one driver, I think, or maybe no drivers. Should we do it now? How exciting. But yeah, it's 7:01, so I think I'm just going to spin the wheel because people are yapping, people are ready, and here we go. Let's do it. Ooh, a good track, I think. That's pretty good. It could have been a lot worse. We're going to Belgium, everybody, today. Round of applause for Belgium. Very good, very nice. While I'm on Chrome, because I'm feeling lazy, I'm going to show you the standings. Here we go, look at that. If you want to have a look at the standings, there they are. Phileas is unhappy because he wants to do Belgium tomorrow. You can't. There's your standings, read them. I'm not going to read them. Lloyd is winning by quite a lot from Harry Spanswick because Lennon's not here. Wow, he needs to get promoted. Lloyd, you're too good. You should be handicapped. Anyway, into the lobby we go. And it did work. There we go. I can get rid of all of this gubbins. And we can get racing, I think. I don't know what we're waiting for. Let's go, people. Let's go. I'm just going to tell them to go, because I have power. I think. I don't know. I'm going to pretend I have power. Go if you want. There you go. Mitch, you don't have any power. Excellent. Yeah. Spa. Good track. Obviously famous for Eau Rouge and Radion, and going up to the Kemmel Straight. Big overtaking opportunity there. Lots of DRSing and slipstreaming and potential DRS chicken is possible, which could be entertaining to watch. I will need to know if the audio is okay today because I don't remember what the master volume was on before. I think 3 is good, but we'll see. Yeah, Spa, the longest track on the calendar, so we'll do 22 laps, I think, or 21 laps. I think, yeah. Or is it less than that? No, it's 21. And yeah, we're ready to go. What it will mean is qualifying, you will only get a couple of runs. It will be difficult to get a lot of laps in. You've got to make them count. So we'll see how the drivers deal with that. And yeah, Alfie said no one likes Spa. I disagree. I think it's a good track. 0-0 wings, of course, or close enough to it. And yeah, we'll see what the weather's doing as well. There could be plenty of rain around Spa, as it is a very rainy place in real life. That's what my friend said when I suggested going to Spa this year. He was like, what if the race doesn't happen? So, yeah, who knows if I'll actually make my way to Spa. But, yeah, I need a race to go to next year. If anyone's got any suggestions, I'm all ears. For that, I want to go to at least one, if not 2, you know. That would be great. Add to my tally of 1 F1 race that I've been to so far. China. That would be quite a challenge to get across the country like that. Thing is, Silverstone is very, very expensive, and it's in my own country. I want to go abroad. I want to go somewhere else. Make it a bit of a holiday. So, yeah, Silverstone. And I swear Silverstone's like sold out already. It usually is. Anyway, no rain at the moment. Alfie said he didn't know if he turned off red flags. Let's have a look. And if there is a red flag, so be it, I think. No, they are off. He does not need to panic. And is damage on? Has he done a Vilius? Where's damage? Simulation settings. Damage is on standard. There you go. That's how it's done. That's how it's done. Anyway, first out the garage today, as left wing back rejoins the session, is that a Ferrari at the end of the pit lane? Or is it a Ferrari? Nope. It's an Aston Martin of Mr. Chillax, which is Owen Thomas, who I believe has changed his name. Safety cars were on standard, I believe. So all is correct. Everything is good. Strict corner, nothing, all of this. Yeah. Yeah, anyway, we were a bit worried we weren't going to get many people in the race today. People threatening to give up if it was Monaco or not turn up at all. But we have 17, so that's pretty good. And yeah, I think Spa will be a good race. Looking forward to it. Yeah, Alfie, lobby host, of course, is now known as the Greasy Rag today. He loves changing his name. He's been a sausage roll. He's been just himself, Alfie, and now he is a Greasy Rag. So that is interesting. Yeah. Anyway, lots of drivers coming out on the track now. And we'll see. In fact, the Sauber's overtaken the Aston, so it will be Jake Bamford will be the first one to do a lap in the camo. Is it camo Sauber livery or just a splosh of paint Sauber livery? We'll call it the splosh of paint. Yeah, bit of a rubbish livery, to be honest. But there you go. Let's see if he can do some aura farming. Already down to 15 minutes left in the session, and he's going to start his lap. Let's have a look at it without any rubbish on the screen. Well, we can have that much rubbish, but yeah. Anyway, overtake engaged as we go into La Source turn number 1. The hairpin. Very common to have lap 1 incidents at this corner. There's now obviously a gravel trap on the left. There didn't used to be a few years ago. So you don't want to get caught in there, but he's negotiated that well. Now up through Eau Rouge and Radion. Very, very steep, of course. I'd love to walk down that if I was to go to Spa. Onto the Kemmel Straight, already down to 30% battery as we get towards the end of Sector 1. And a 30.3 is your opening Sector 1 lap time, a bit deep into Leicom. He runs, and a little lock-up, a little lift through the second part of that chicane as well. And now down into a corner, I can't remember its name, so that's good. Now into No Name Corner, which is no longer No Name Corner, but we'll call it No Name Corner. And then Pouon, highest speed corner on the track, I'd say. In 7th gear here. Now for the next chicane, which I think, can't remember, is it the Fania chicane? And one of these is Stavilo. I think this is Stavilo at the end of Sector 2. 14.7 after 2 sectors, so 1:14.7. We've got a prediction of a 41.1 pole time so far. I honestly have no idea how quick that is. That sounds pretty fast. I think we'll be in the 42s. And it goes a bit deep into the bus stop. Locking up. You've got to remember, people have not practiced Spa, really. And if they have, yeah, 42.9 opening lap. Let's see what everyone else can do who follows. Mr. Chillax does a 44.5. We have a Red Bull on an out lap. Who's on a lap? Callum Lyons is on a lap in Blanchimont, and he's run out of battery already. So people having to learn what the deployment sort of map is around here so far. So I wonder if he's just going to... I don't know, because this is not going to be a very quick time if he's not had any battery to deploy in Sector 3. It's a 43.3. It takes him P2 at the moment. Jaden Jackson is coming into the bus stop chicane. He's also run out of battery. This could be a theme on the opening laps here. And he's going to cross the line and go fastest with a 42.9. Narrowly ahead of his teammate for a kick Sauber 1-2. Charlie Gordon slots into P6. And let's go find someone who's on a lap properly. Alfie Edevine He set a purple middle sector. Let's see if he can carry on that pace to put it at the top of the times so far. Into the bus stop and out of it. Again, run out of battery up to the line. For a 42.8 though, that is 1/10 clear. Whoever said in the 41s, we're quite a way off that so far. 41.1. We're 1.7 seconds off of 41.1. Anyway, here's Barton outing in Sector 2. Medium deployment. Got plenty of battery left so far. So this is an interesting use of deployment. Let's see what Puon's like. Easy to run wide and get a track limits warning here. He stays well within the limits. Plenty of margin for the opening lap. As I said, you're only really going to get 2 runs. I don't know if it's even possible to do 3 runs around here. Maybe if you went out literally straight away it would be. But let's see. Anyway, Bart runs a bit wide and into the gravel, and that is going to be his lap done. Nearly puts it in the wall, but keeps it to only the grass. And that will be his lap. He will be 3:17 provisionally. As we also saw some laps from John Ahern going P4 and Harry Spanswick 5th. Sands coming into the box in 6th, and Stewart is now 7th. Looks like Mr. Chelax is going again from his 44.5 banker, and he set a purple sector 1 3/10 up, but he's run very wide into Lake Om, and that is going to compromise him through here. It's tight as you like through that hairpin as well. Bit of overtake through there is a weird choice. Part of me thinks this is an in-lap. We'll see. Almost runs wide through Puon, bit on the power too early. Using some battery through the corner as well. Again, interesting choice. Bit of a lock up there. Getting on the curb. Prediction in the chat for Bakalik for pole. That would be nice, and that is not nice. That is the gravel for Mr. Chillaxed. Let's go have a look at Jack Cocaine then. 30.7 is not purple in Sector 1, I know that, because he's 2/10 down on what Mr. Chillax just did. Car looks a bit unstable on entry into that next right-hander. Bit of grass on his front left tyre as well for good measure, but he's still chugging along. Down into 7th gear for Puon. Let's see if we can get a nice off-board shot of this next chicane. Throw it into the right-hander in 4th gear. Flick it left. Use all of the track. There's plenty of margin there if he wants it. Couple downshifts into 4th. And then flat out through here, 15.1. So we are tracking for, I don't know, like P10 maybe? Roughly. That's a bit of a guess. Lots of scraping along the ground we can hear from the plank. Better not get disqualified, of course. Anyway, up to the line, DRS and a little bit of a deployment, but he ran out, and it's P12 with a 43.9. Left wing back, your championship leader, Lloyd Bailey, is flowing his way through the first through Lacom at the end of the first sector. Runs a bit deep into that hairpin, however. What about No Name? Ooh, a little bit wide. Keeps it on the road. How about Puon? Holding it in 7th gear through here and runs way off the track, and that is going to be an invalid time. He is under pressure here as he's currently P16. And surrendering pole to Alfie Edevine at the moment. Looks like he has lots of pace. That's first sector and up until Puon looked really, really good. But yeah, we'll have to see. We will have to see. Connor looks like he's going to start a lap. So we will see. Oh, apparently there is rain in the race. My intel is telling me. 60% chance of rain, or 60% amount of rain, towards the end of the race. So that is interesting. Anyway, we're on board with Connor here in the Mercedes, currently P6, but only needs 2 attempts to get himself onto that pole position at the moment. 7 minutes to go. This will be his second run out of 3. He definitely can do 3 runs here. It's not as tight as I thought it would be. Using plenty of curve through this section. Too much curve, in fact. And he's in the gravel. And in the wall, he's out. Oh, he's out of qualifying. I did not think the tyre would come off. I thought that would be a simple front wing, if anything. But that is it for Connor. He's going to be at best P6. And that took me by surprise, I've got to say. Damn indeed. Anyway, Charlie, don't do the same thing. You're currently P17 for Racing Bulls, after having a great race last time out despite a penalty, and Charlie Gordon has now crashed as well. He's also crashed. There he is. That is also a tyre off for him. I do not know how he's crashed on the exit of No Name. His car's gone now. 2 drivers out. It's not even Monaco. What's going on? Anyway, 7th gear for Charlie Roberts into Pouon. Fifth gear, and now 4th gear. Was a bit unsure which one to take through there, as Zan goes to the top of the times by 4 tenths of a second with a 42.4 in that Ferrari. Charlie's done a 14.8 after 2 sectors. That is tracking quite well, I think. Sort of top 5, 6 if he can keep the pace up. So there's plenty of time, although he's run out of battery. And he's invalidated in the most simple invalidation I've ever seen on the exit of Blanchimont. That is going to crush him, as Callum Lyons now goes to the top of the times with a 42.3. What about the 2 Saubers there on laps? One of them's invalid, but Jaden hasn't. He's got 90% actually. He's coming into the box. Stuart Bradbury in the Alpine is 3 tenths up on his time. This could put him to P3, but he's locked up and gone deep into the bus stop. That could cost him hugely. There's loads of time in the bus stop chicane to be won or lost, but he does go P3 anyway with a 42.5. The drivers are finding pace around here. Left wing back is trying with no racing line, which I respect, because I use racing line. Shoot me! I'm terrible. I'm playing this game for 10 years and I use racing line. I wish they added a assist that just said braking point only, so you just saw the first little red bit of the racing line. I don't need the corners. I just need to know where my brake points are, really. That would be very helpful. To help me not use racing line but still use it, you know. Yes, my first F1 game was 2016. I'm old, you know this. I'm 24 years of age. Wow. Anyway. Shock horror. Who should we watch? Who should we watch on board? Haas. My teammate of Harry Spanswick. He's at the end of Sector 1, as somebody has jumped up the times, I think. That's the Red Bull to P4. Yeah, so you're not on. 20 is plenty old. Oh, interesting idea. Anyway, how's Harry going to do through Pooh on a little lift? I think he wanted to know if there was any lifting. That's a bit wide, but he's 7 tenths up. This is very close with Callum Lyons' time here. He needs a good Sector 3. He needs a good bus stop. This chicane will make or break his lap, but it could be on for a provisional pole at the moment. However, he only has 3 minutes left. So if he does he have the fuel? He does not have the fuel to go again. This will be his last lap if he decides to cross the line. And that is risky to do it at this time in the session. Up to the line he goes. He uses all the battery he's got left. He does go fastest with a 42.3 by about 7/100ths of a second. But that is it for Harry Spanswick. He is not going to be able to make it back into the pits and out again to complete another times lap. So, interesting strategy from him then in terms of timing. Let's watch the other Haas of Daniel Bakulik go round a lap here. Reasonable lock up into T1, but gets away with it. through Eau Rouge. Now he deploys the overtake and is going to send the battery up this straight, slightly uphill still, to the end of the Kemmel Straight. Is that Aston getting a slipstream? No, I think they're on an outlap. Into Lacon we go. Change the direction, really important around here. And he gets a nice run out of the exit of that section. Takes 2 stabs at it on the way in here, though. It's looking fairly quick so far as he gets on the curve a little bit, and that will run him wide. But again, we're still on the track. Up into 8th gear for the next chicane. Down again into 4th. 4 down shifts. Try not to use too much curb because you could get on the grass. What's it going to be at the second split? 14.7. Again, that is on a par with the top 5, I think. I'm not sure where. As everybody else is basically on an outlap. Harry Spanswick has boxed. He is done and dusted. The 40-3 is the time to beat. Bakalik has run out of battery as we head into the bus stop chicane, and that's a huge amount of oversteer going into there, which I think means this is not going to be a huge improvement. He goes up into P12 with a 43.3. That is his session done for now. Oh, not for now. That is his session over, and we'll go on board with the Saubers of Jaden Jackson. He is the first one to... No, he's not. Left wing back is on a lap. Oh, yeah, he is. Sorry. Let's go to Jaden. What's Sector 1 like? 30.7. See if his teammate can beat that as he comes to the sector split. 30.5. He's 2 tenths down on his previous best, but he's 2 tenths up on his teammate. So that's an interesting maybe split of setup choice here between these two. I didn't see what Lloyd's sector time was. Is a shame. Is everyone going to make it to the line in time? Callum Lyons should do. John Ahern might be in trouble. It's going to be close. But he does make it to the line with 3 seconds to go. Let's see Jaden Jackson's middle sector split as a 14.5. 3 tenths up on his previous best. What about his teammate? 14.1. That is the fastest we've seen, I think, so far. Finally, let's see how left wing back is getting on with no line. 14.9, he's well down. He is not a factor in pole position shootout here today. But Jaden Jackson and his teammate are P4 for the first Sauber driver. Now Jake Bamford, he's 6 tenths up on his previous best. This is tracking for pole. Is it going to be pole? It is! A 42.2 so far. Next up is left wing back, who hasn't got a time so far. The championship leader is trying something new with no line, and he's almost spun it at the final corner. This could be a last to first challenge for your championship leader. He goes up into P14. So it's not quite last. Or is it? Can Jack Cocaine beat him to push him down another place into P15? Still have many more drivers to cross the line as well, including Zan, who's currently P4. Jack Cocaine goes P13 with a 43.4. Here is Zan in the Ferrari. He takes pole now, but what about the others? Can Alfie Edevine beat him? A 42.1 is the time to beat. It's only a 42.6 for him. What about the other Ferrari of Barton Outing? He goes up to P9. Charlie Roberts in the other RB has invalidated his time, and now we're waiting for Stewart and Callum Lyons. He's invalidated. Callum Lyons hasn't. He's 2 tenths up. This could be enough to snatch pole at the death for the McLaren driver. He goes to the front row. It's not quite enough. John Ahern is the last one to cross the line, and he goes P9. There is your grid. Zan is on pole ahead of Callum Lyons, Jake Bamford, and Harry Spanswick in P4. Not bad. Not too bad. 42.1 the pole time in the end, so a second off what we saw from the prediction in chat from Robert. So yeah, you need to work on your predicting skills, my friend. Or maybe you're just insanely good and these guys are rubbish. Who knows? But yeah, good for Sauber, P3 and 5. I'm not sure where they are in the standings, but that will be very good if they can hold on to that in the race. Of course, there is rain in the race. We have had that confirmed. But we're not sure exactly when that rain is going to come in. Only 0.03 of a second between the top two. And Jake, not even a tenth behind them. Very close out in front on the longest track on the calendar. Harry Spanswick P4, Jaden in P5, Stewart is 6th, the Greasy Rag, aka Alfie Edevine, is P7th. 2 Red Bulls are 8th and 9th. Barton Outing is 10th. Connor is 11th with that crash, so could have been worse. Daniel Bakalik 12th. Jack Cocaine, Charlie Gordon. The 2 Aston Martins are 15th and 16th, with Charlie Roberts not setting a time in the end. You say the Aston fall off. I think this is sort of deliberate. Like, you know, if Lloyd wanted to win, he could. But he's trying something new. He's trying to be a better driver, and I respect him for that. But ultimately, it has potentially cost him at a track where he has not been able to practice much this week, I would assume, because it was a mystery track. If you have practiced every track a lot, that is kind of crazy. The most I've done is 5 laps on each track in a nice little Haas lobby. That was great fun. But yeah. Ooh, getting good intel of the rain, I think. Do you know what I think? Do you use racing time? Anyway, who's going to win is what I want to know. No, we did some 5-lappers. We didn't do exactly laps. We just did every track in a 5-lapper once for like an hour. That was it. Anyway, that was a bit of a strange camera angle, but here we go. We've got 4 red lights and now 5. And the lights are gone and we are racing in Spa. The rain is coming later on, but for now, it's going to be who can get off the line first. And look at that start from Jake Bamford. He's up the inside. They're 3 wide into T1. It's not going to end well. There's been contact, but it looks like they've got away fairly cleanly. And Callum Lyons is the one who takes the lead, or is he? They're side by side for the lead here between Jake Bamford and Callum Lyons going up into Eau Rouge. Will this end in tears for either of them? No, it seems Callum Lyons is going to hold on to that position. But now the slipstreaming can begin with the whole grid right behind each other. Who is going to come out on top? It's going to be 3 wide again into Laycom, is it? No. It looks like... Oh, there's a big crash in the background and he's gone spearing into the wall. That is a Sauber off. And it's Jaden Jackson from P3 on... or P5 on the grids is now off and into the wall. And that is a virtual safety car. And everybody will have to slow down. That was very dramatic. We only really saw what happened at the front. We didn't really see why he got speared off into the wall. There was an Alpine involved. I think it was Stewart. But yeah. That was a very dramatic spin. Let's see, but he's got no front wing at all down at the back there. Shame for him it's only a virtual safety car, but luckily for him he's still in the race. Because that could have been a lot worse. But yeah, we see some concertinaing down in the back. I don't know if anyone's got weird illegal overtakes or anything, as Charlie Roberts gains a place under the virtual safety car. Not sure what's happened there. Let's use this opportunity to get all the stuff we want to see on the screen, including the positions gained. Barton Outing is up 4 places. The biggest gainer, along with left wing back. So his almost last to first challenge is off to a good start. He's up to P11 with green flag racing. And there's a big cluster of cars up here. 4 cars going 2 by 2 down towards Blanchimont. Who's going to come out in front? It looks like Stewart's got a poor restart and he's under big pressure from the Ferrari of Barton Outing, who pulls to the left-hand side. I don't think he can get alongside enough. Can he? He's going really late on the brakes. Too late on the brakes. And he's off the track. And he rejoins potentially unsafely. And he's tapped around a bit by one of the RBs, I think it was. But Callum Lyons still leads. And I don't really know what's going on, to be honest with you. There's a lot of action early doors in this race. As we see Charlie Gordon swapping places with John Ahern down at the back. There's a Ferrari Bart who's lost loads of places. Of course, we saw that, him running deep into the bus stop after a great start. Maybe we cursed him. Your championship leader left wing back is up to 9th already. 6 places gained on the opening lap. That is a very impressive start for him. Stewart up to himself into P4 as we see side by side. There is left wing back going up the inside of the Red Bull up into 8th place. Zan seems to have made a mistake and Stewart's going right up his inside into the hairpin here. Is he going to be able to make it stick? He's going to have the outside line for the next corner. He's on the medium tyres. Actually, the Ferrari's on the hards. Let's have a look at this tyre strategy. There you go. That might be why Zan is struggling so much. We've got Harry Spanswick up his inside into Pouon. Not quite. not far off alongside, as we see Jack Cockane is round at the back and got grass on his tyres. That is not good for him. The top two trying to break away from Stewart, but he's shown some good pace so far. If he can try and get into the DRS. Who isn't showing good pace is Zan in the Ferrari on those hards right now. Those hards look very, very slow and cold at the moment at the start of this race. Cloudy conditions, of course, not going to help that tyre temperature. But can he make it to the rain if it is later on in this race, sort of lap 14, 15? The mediums may struggle to make it that far. Harry Spanswick round the outside of the Ferrari, and that is a nice clean move in the bus stop chicane. Can anyone follow him through? Not quite. Oh, there's potential 3 wide here. With left wing back on a huge charge. He says maybe he's turned racing line back on. This is incredible. Round the outside for left wing back. They're 3 wide here, and they're going to carry this on. We need a better angle. Give me a better angle. There we go. The Mercedes is trying to pull out on the Ferrari, and left wing back watching in the rear on these 4. Now he's had a compromise run. He's going to be under pressure as Jake Bamford takes the lead out in front, but there's more squabbling down at the back here. Look at all these cars filtering into Lacombe. Who's going to be ahead of who? Round the outside goes a racing bull of the greasy rag. He's had a little bit of contact and has now lost the place to left wing back, and into the wall there goes the Red Bull. And how are they not out of the race? That was straight into the wall. I don't know how they... Look at how little damage they've got for such a big collision. Don't know how they're still going. Lots and lots of chaos down in the midfield at the moment. And I don't expect it to stop. Zan is holding up an almighty train. Does he have any damage, or is it just these terrible hard tyres? It looks like the front wing is perfectly clean. So these mediums are looking very good right now. As Zan already 2 seconds behind the next car of Harry Spanswick, who's 2 seconds behind Stewart, who's now gained into the DRS of the top 3. Stuart Bradbury has got the pace to win this race at the moment here for Alpine. Or have I just cursed him as the other Alpine makes up a place? And here's Callum Lyons trying to set up a move on Jake, but actually is compromised and now under pressure from the Alpine of Stewart. Jake does have the most battery of this leading trio though. And here's left wing back pulling to the outside of La Source. What a terrible camera angle that was. This one's better. And he can't quite have the grip around the outside. Let's see Connor if he can line up a move on the Ferrari. But first let's go to the front. Will Callum Lyons try and overtake Jake here? He's into hot lap, not the overtake. Jake is using overtake. And I think these guys are going to cancel them out, each other out at this stage. But here we go. Zan has been absolutely sandwiched by these two, and left wing back's going to hold it up the inside late on the brakes, later than Connor, but Connor's got a swooping run around the outside, which then changes to the inside for the next corner. A little bit of wheel banging and side-by-side contact, and now it's going to be swamped. Left wing back by the Ferrari round the outside. No, not quite. He's got the greasy rag up his inside. It's going to turn to the outside for turn 9. He's keeping his foot in. That's risky. They're almost interlocking wheels, and there's a Williams trying to get past too. Now, up into Pouon. So much action here. A little bit of damage for the Ferrari. He's lost a bit of his front wing. We saw that end plate go off from hitting the Williams, and he's lost another 3 positions. This has been a terrible start for both Ferraris, really. They've both had issues. And here's Bart trying to recover on John here. Oh, there's been more action in this race than there has in the last 2 races combined, I've got to say. It's been great stuff. And here's Bart trying to get past, but he doesn't quite have the grip at that corner to do so. Back to the leaders. Is there going to be a dive bomb from Callum here? That would be a bit of a silly move, as there's plenty of opportunity later on. A few corners later, Mr. Chillax gets a 3-second time penalty, the first one of the race, only on lap 5 here. Yes, Mystery Grand Prix are great. No practicing, no sweat, just lottery and skill, probably. There's probably a lot of skill. As Charlie Gordon gets past the greasy rag, who's had a poor exit out of La Source. Speaking of poor exits, well, I wouldn't say poor exit, just better straight line speed in the DRS for Callum Lyons to send him past into the lead. Once again, these two may play a game and try and swap places with each other. However, they've got to be worried about this man who's already up to P5 after starting P15, I think it was. Where's positions gained? There it is, up 10 places in 5 laps. He's clearly turned on his racing line hacks. And Charlie Roberts is off in the gravel as we switch to him. Deary me. Oh, that's the wrong hello. What am I doing? My thumb grip's fallen off my camera. There we go. There we go. Anyway, I think we can calm down a bit now, have a drink of water, because we've survived the first 5 laps. The next question is, when is the rain going to come? I think about 20 to 25 minutes into the race, the rain was scheduled, which to me is about lap 15, 14, 13, something like that. But I don't know, this is all news from the Haas team, so it could all be a ruse, you know. Could be fake news. We don't know. Or maybe it's sooner, because they've all gone mediums. Most of them, anyway. We'll see. Anyway, a 10th behind the Red Bull here is Bart Outing in 11th. Who's had a very eventful race so far. Let's switch to the leaders here, see if there's any more changes of position. No one's taking a slipstream from anyone here. Jake's doing his Kimi Räikkönen. He's gone up the inside. That's a crazy move. And he's pushed Callum Lyons off the track. I'm surprised he didn't spin around there. Callum Lyons has got a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. That will surely be removed. Yeah, that you don't need to worry about that. That will definitely be removed. He's been punted off the track there by Jake Bamford. That move was never on, from what it looks like. I don't know why you need to do that on lap 6. But it's what we like to see. More action, please. I'm not going to complain about risky overtakes. They're entertaining stuff. Almost a little wide for John Hearn with his lack of front downforce. Did Jake actually get damage from that? He's dropped almost a second behind now. I don't know if that was just because of that corner cut. It doesn't look like he's got any damage, but he is burning the battery to try and stay in. In fact, they're both trying to play DRS games here. So is Stewart trying to hold on. And actually, Harry Spanswick is gaining on all of these guys, as the greasy rag loses a place to John Hearn here. And maybe to Bart as well. Is this going to be a 3-wide affair into the bus stop chicane? No, it's all very civilised and careful down here. And into the pits comes the greasy rag on lap 7. That's a very early pit stop, especially if there is rain on the way. So maybe the rain is going to be much later than we expect here. Or not at all. As I said, it could be a ruse. Anyway, a new front wing for Alfie. That might be part of the reason for the stop. Fresh hard tyres, and we'll see what he can do down in 14th. As we see Stewart going for P2, side by side with the Sauber, and through on the Sauber. Nicely done there. Great overtake. As we see more side by side action into Lecombe with the Haas getting past the Williams here. And also Jaden and the greasy rag coming out of the pits. Could be a bit spicy. There's a safety car. Why? Who? What? Who crashed? Anybody crashed? Does anyone know why there was a safety car? Literally nobody changed positions on the timing tower. But we've got a safety car. Michael Massey, are you there? I'm a bit speechless. We've got a safety car. Nobody DNF'd. Nobody... yeah, I know, what is this? I'd love a random safety car at the end of the race. I'm trying to do front wing analysis. Let's see. Yours is fine. Yours is as it was before. Oh, this is a good corner for it. Yours is as it was before. Oh! Charlie Roberts has no front wing. I think we've found our culprit for the safety car. Yeah. And anyway, into the pits comes the whole field, it seems. It's like yesterday in real life. The pit lane is busy. Alfie's fuming, surely, that he's got a safety car the lap after he pitted. He's going to be last. But everybody else coming into the box. Double stacking at Haas as well. And Ferrari. I think this will compromise Zan a bit, but he doesn't care. Oh, there we go. Now he's going. There we go. So yeah, I don't think anybody changed positions there, really. But we do have a safety car here on lap 8. Zan's gone onto the mediums. This might be his time to shine in this race. But yeah. How dramatic. I wonder when the rain is coming. Can somebody tell me, please? Is there anyone in VC? I want a weather report. I wish I had Jeff. I could just be like, Jeff, when's the rain coming? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, never, you know. Anyway, so far, driver of the day contenders, Stuart Bradbury, up 4 places, doing an excellent job. Part of me wants to give it to left wing back, but then he's also the championship leader. And he qualified badly, so, yeah. Charlie Gordon up 7. Not too bad. Connor up 5 as well. Plenty of contenders. I'd say Jake's done a good job to put it P3 in quali as well. And be fighting at the front. But a long way to go in this race, as we said, so anything can change. For me, if it was a fully dry race, these mediums are going to struggle to the end big time. But I'm not sure. I've not done any Belgian practice. Or meaningful practice, anyway. Apparently Charlie Roberts understeered into the gravel and then a wall and lost his wing at turn 9. Which one is turn 9? Which one is turn 9? Baycom is 5, 6, 7. Oh, No Name is turn 9. Ah, I see. That makes sense. You did a Lance Stroll. I swear Lance Stroll crashed there one year. Well, to be fair, you could say that about a lot of corners on the calendar, couldn't you? I didn't mean to say that. I hate that meme. I'm in fact too old for that meme. I do not understand it. Anyway, I have nothing to say on the safety car. This is the time where you go to Ted in the pit lane, or I don't know, race control. Someone looks at a replay, you know, of the crash. Add it into the game, F1. The ability to see a replay of someone getting damaged. That would be amazing, you know. Never going to happen. Too much effort for such a small feature. But, you know, we can dream. Who's asking for their Aston team? Is that Luke or Mitch? Or could be David Hoy. Probably not. The Aston used to be a wonderful car. That's all I'm going to say. Maybe it all went downhill when Callum Morris decided to get himself banned. That was a long time ago, huh? I remember that. It's like my, I don't know, first season of GRS. And they were suddenly like, oh, your TP got himself banned. Great. Anyway, the safety car is going to be in this lap. And we're going to go on board with Stewart, who's in P2, to see if he can get the jump on Callum on these very cold, hard tyres. What's going on down here? People are driving all over the place and losing positions and gaining positions. Hopefully they sort each other out. But yeah. Yeah, Luke, you are right. Aston was in a very good spot when you were T principal. F124, let's see. Oh my gosh, Callum's absolutely caught Stewart sleeping. Not even napping, fully asleep. And he's gone deep into the next corner. This is going to give Jake a huge run. That he's got so low tyre temperatures. They're so cold. He cannot keep it on the road. And now Jake Bamford is going to be licking his lips at the chance to get back up into P2. The safety car is in, by the way. It doesn't say it is, but it definitely is. And we're green flag racing. And we're going to see if Jake Bamford can get back up into P2. Here we go then. Is Stewart going to be using some battery? He has used a bit more. And now he fancies a go back on Callum. Look how effective the slipstream and DRS is around here. Terrible camera angle as left wing back gets past Harry Spanswick into P4. The top three remain the same though. And we try and look back down the straight for any more moves. There's a move up the inside for the Sauber of Jaden Jackson on Charlie Roberts. A little bit of wheel banging, a little bit of everything really. But they get away fairly clean as Charlie nearly bins it into another wall there. Soft tyres for the Red Bull here. This could be really good few laps for them if they can get those tyres working and push up through the field. Is he going to fancy a move into Pouon? This would be extremely risky stuff, and he doesn't. Bit of understeer with the dirty air. Wonder if San will try and get past. Doubt it. Although, look at this. Emily's practically pushing Charlie round this part of the track here. This race is sponsored by the FIA safety car. You can see the sponsor logo in the top left corner at all times, despite the safety car not being out. There you go. That is your explanation for that. As there's a move up the front. Stewart's going to lose 2 positions. He cannot get those hard tyres working. He's already lost 1 place. And is it going to be another to left wing back? Left wing back has gone from 15 to P3 if he can complete this move. A lock up from Stewart means yes, he can. And after saying Stewart might be driver of the day, he's made a mistake. And Zan is out. We have another safety car. He's crashed on the pit straight. I don't know how. But we have another safety car and we're all slowed down again. There is the safety car in the background, you can see, waiting to pick up the leader. Owen saying that DNF was on purpose, apparently. I do not know what's happened to Zan, but he is out. Yeah, on the pit straight. Crashed on the pit straight. Not sure how he did. He says GG's. He said he had fun. I'd love to see a replay of that. I do not know how that has happened. But we are here for our second safety car. When is this rain coming? It must be soon. Is anyone going to box for Inters? What do we think? If it's less than 5 minutes, it might be worth a gamble, you know. Might be worth a gamble. And so what's going on back here? We're having the Red Bull let through a couple of drivers. I think 1 too many for his liking as well. Yeah, some obvious sarcasm from Zan, I think, but who knows? Anyone going to be in for Inters? If you're at the back, why not? If the rain says 5 minutes. It might not say 5 minutes. It might not be coming at all. Let's have a look then. Callum Lyons. It is a risk. It is a big risk. And he stays out. I think Harry nearly accidentally went into the pit lane. But yeah, everyone's staying out. So I think this rain is a myth, if I'm honest with you. doesn't look like it's going to be raining for long. Only 1 bar of light rain at the end of the race, apparently. So that is the intel I have for you. We do see some pitters onto the hard tyres, though. So maybe it will be a race where actually it is going to rain at the end, but it's worth staying out to the end on the dry tyres. That could be quite exciting. But obviously these safety cars not going to help that strategy. I think Zan had a collision with Owen, Mr. Chillax, down here on the pit straight, apparently. But I'm not sure. Anyway, yes, there's been some shenanigans under safety car. We have a couple drivers with 3-second penalties now. I think Charlie and the Greasy Rag got one. So that's not ideal for them. No one else, well, Mr. Chillax has a penalty, but that was early on in the race. No one else has a penalty. Obviously, Callum Lyons, I'm pretty sure, will get removed, that penalty. Because it was a straight penalty as well for being biffed off the track. So, yeah. Anyway, I wonder if we'll get going. Well, we won't get going this lap. That's not in the game code. It'll be the next lap, I think. Okay, I know what to talk about. Who is going to win the 2025 Formula 1 FIA World Championship in real life? It's happening. We're having a 3-way title fight next week, and I'm very excited about that. I don't really care who wins at this point. I don't really want Norris to win, never have, but I just want to see cinema and borderline dangerous driving, let's say. I want to see if Verstappen's in the lead and Norris is P2, he backs him up into the pack, and you have people like Sainz going up the inside, or Russell getting a move and Norris having to dive out the way, and you know, Verstappen almost pushing him off the track but not really, and all the I just want to see them actually fight for it like they want it, you know. Same with Piastri. There's absolutely no way I want to see Piastri give Norris the championship with team orders. That would be a travesty. A travesty, I think. You cannot have a team orders champion. No. You know, if Verstappen has to win by slowing to a crawl in Sector 3, so be it. That's what I say. You know, Lewis Hamilton, will you put it in a wall to benefit not Verstappen? But yes, the thing you're forgetting, Arno, is I'm suggesting that Verstappen drive at 40% pace. You know, drive as if it's a virtual safety car in some corners, and then you can fight it out on track. See? I've thought this through. If it was a normal race, it would probably be boring. Just like Qatar. Like Qatar... Oh, damage! For Jake Bamford, he's running to the back of Callum Lyons. Under safety, he's hit him again. What is he doing? Yeah, exactly like Lewis did in Rosberg, but even more, maybe. Because there's two of them involved, you know? We'll see. We'll see. I was going to say something else. Oh yeah, Qatar, the actual race was terrible, but because it had championship, like, ramifications, it was exciting. Anyway, we're green flag again. And Callum Lyons has got a decent start compared to Jake Bamford, but not as good as it was the time before for Stewart. And into the pits. He's had enough of that front wing already. Doesn't even care to try it. He's sacrificed that P2 straight away. Oh, what a disappointment for Kick Sauber. And the safety car is in, but it says it isn't. And up the inside goes the Williams of Charlie Gordon on Conor McCabe in the Merc. And he's through. Nice and easy. Or is it easy? Because surely the Merc's going to come right back at him. Through Eau Rouge, Radion, and down the Kemmel Straight, or up the Kemmel Straight, I should say. Let's see on board with the Mercedes driver. Are there going to be any moves further up? I don't think so. So we'll stay here. Is there going to be a late lunge? No, it seems like everybody is going to be staying in the positions they were at the safety car restart. A little lock-up for John Ahern there. That's going to put Jaden Jackson with a great chance to go around the outside here. Unfortunately, there was just no room for that. Maybe a little lunge up the inside if this hairpin, though. I nearly said chicane. What a move that is. Late and brave on the brakes. He was definitely getting that position. And Stewart's had an issue. Where's Stewart? He's in the wall. Stewart! Where are you? I'm trying to find you. He's off. He's done a Charlie Roberts at No Name Corner, I think. Has he got damage? Oh, he was doing so well. I have really cursed him by saying I think he was going to be driver of the day. Oh, there's definitely no front wing on that car. Yes, it's gone. More safety car action. This time only a virtual. Goodness me. Can we have some green flag racing, please, boys? I swear we only have... How many more do we have? Safety cars? 1 or 0? Are we out? Is that it? You'll have 4 in a 50% race, aren't you? I don't know if that includes VSCs. We'll see. Anyway, back to the front. It's going to be another DRS fest down into Les Combes. Oh my god, the safety car's on track. When did that happen? It still says virtual safety car. This game is terrible. Harry Spanswick is in the box. Is it for intermediate tyres? If it is, I absolutely love it. No, it's first mediums. That's really boring. Why have you done that? You sacrificed P3 and you're now last. I don't understand that. These tyres are not worn at all because they've done half a lap of green flag racing, it feels like. We'll see how that pans out. So yeah, we do have a safety car. I don't know when that safety car came out, if anyone made some more contact to cause that. Because I was looking at the big letters that say virtual safety car at the top of the screen. As Jaden gets a penalty for a collision with Barton Outing, and he's off into the grass, and he's out. He's out. He's had enough. He's rage quit after a 10-second time penalty to make it only our second DNF of the session, despite having 3 safety cars and a VSC. Unbelievable. Oh, goodness me. What is going on? I mean, we had some, like, the first 5 laps were absolute cinema. And then we had a safety car. And then we had another safety car. And then now we've had another safety car. So the second 10 laps have been just on the safety car, I think. Yeah. What else should we talk about? What about next season? Who is going to be the fastest car? There you go. Pre-season testing. Who is going to be the favourite to win the Constructors after pre-season testing? We'll say both tests, because there's 2 tests this year. One is behind closed doors, which is interesting. And then one isn't. Because I think that's a complete lottery to call. I do think it will be one of the Mercedes teams. I think the engines will take will be a big factor, a bit like 2014. But there's so many Mercedes teams It's hard to know. You would expect the works team, of course, to do better. But that doesn't always happen. Yeah. I don't think McLaren will be up there, that's for sure. And even if they are, they will find a way to bottle like they're doing this season. I agree, a Williams comeback would be very, very good. James Vowles, you have done wonders, my friend. Ferrari are going to be 5th. Aren't they already? Where are they this season? 4th? Or 3rd? Are they ahead of Red Bull? At the moment, I actually don't know. I say Red Bull, Matt. No, I think they're 4th. Yeah, it's very possible they go down to 5th again. Back to like that 2020 season when they were terrible. Jaden's calling for a perma ban from Callum Lyons for doing a safety car restart too slowly. We'll watch his safety car restart next time. Although we were on board with some of the drivers at the front, I don't know, you'll have to rewatch the footage. I wasn't watching close enough. We'll watch this time. Although maybe he's reading the chat and he knows he's being watched. But somebody's welcome to go back and clip that, because we would have been looking at the top 3 for sure. Charlie Gordon's up to P3. When did this happen? Sorry? You're up 11 places. Staying out of trouble. Jack Cocane's in 8th. What's going on? It's because these 3 have all boxed for various reasons. Dearie me. Anyway, are we seeing any clouds? Are we seeing any rain? Because surely the rain will definitely hit now that we've had 3 safety cars. Goodness me. Safety car is coming in at the end of this lap. Oh, now the game says there's a safety car. My God. Can't believe it. Let's have a look at the race leader. How slow is he going? 60. There's nothing wrong with 60. I think the rule's pit lane speed, isn't it? Which is 50. He went into neutral by mistake. Or is it by mistake? Whoa, this is a bit slow. 30. Well, that's questionable. 50. 50 is alright. We like 50. When's he going to go? He's sort of half going. He's slowly increasing the speed. He's up to motorway speed limit of 70. He's now going 80. This is the weirdest safety car restart I've ever seen. Now he's backed off another 20 miles an hour. What is he doing? He's gone. He's accelerated properly now, up to 150 miles an hour. And left wing back has followed him fairly well, but he's got a compromise run into the bus stop chicane. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, there was a bit of neutral. And the safety car is allegedly still out by the game. But it isn't. Oh, Shaden Jackson's got it on the CCTV now. Goodness me. Anyway, Harry Spanswick has made a position on the greasy rag, who's side by side with him. Not for long. He's on fresh medium tyres, of course, is Spanswick. But here we go. Is left wing back going to complete his potential last to first challenge here? Wasn't quite last, but it's close enough. No, he isn't, because here comes Charlie Gordon. Oh my goodness me. Is he going to make it 3 wide? No, he's up the inside of left wing back. And he's had to concede the position, I think. He's going to try round the outside. He's into the gravel. Oh, no. Oh, and a little bit of contact as well. Nearly sent him round. He's now under pressure from Conor McCabe here. Oh, I really thought Charlie and the Williams was going to take the lead there in a Sebastian Vettel-esque move. Goodness me. As Harry Spanswick gets past Mr. Chillax for P11 and Stewart gets past Jake Bamford for P14. Or does he? They're side by side. Down into No Name Corner. Greasy rag on the inside up ahead, and Stewart has gained that place. I was going to say position or place, didn't know what to do. Chillax runs wide and is now down into last. And side by side up ahead, I think still Harry is making moves on the fresh mediums. Maybe it was a genius strategy call from him, you know, to guarantee these tyres can go to the end if it stays dry. And he's got loads of grip. He's waggling the wheel. He's not happy being stuck behind Charlie Roberts. When's he going to make the move? I think, is he going to be patient enough to wait a few more corners? No, he's not. He's going for it now. To the outside of the bus stop. Surely he has the grip on the brakes. Around the outside. Yes, he does. Up into P9 for Harry Spanswick. This could be a genius strategy as Charlie Gordon gets a 3-second time penalty and has dropped off significantly from the front two. Down a second, I think. As further back, we see a move from the greasy rag on the inside of Jake Bamford, and he's almost pushed him off into the gravel. In fact, he has, and he's been undercut by Stewart. Both of them has been done by Stewart. Alfie's still trying to hold on to it. They're going to go side by side into Eau Rouge. This could end in tears, but it doesn't. And Stewart holds on with overtake through the corner. Very nice car control there from him. Meanwhile, Connor swoops past into P4, and Harry swoops past into P7. He's gained another 3 places while we weren't watching that, and off goes John Ahern. That is going to be a penalty for corner cutting. No, he backs off enough to avoid one, but he's under pressure from Charlie Roberts. Oh, I pressed the button. There we go. It's all happening here, and there's more contact. This time between an Alpine of Stewart and the greasy rag. Jake Bamford thinks of a move up the inside of Pouon. That was really, really risky. I thought there was going to be a huge crash between those two. Not quite. Well, look out for rain as well. I'm expecting rain imminently, but might be wrong. There must... Oh, I don't know. Maybe there's going to be no rain. I've been baited. I'll have to complain to my intel for that one if that doesn't come true. Anyway, the gap out in front is 0.4 of a second. And it could be... This could be a great victory for left wing back. And he'll have to be in driver of the day. We'll have to ask him if he turned his racing line back on, though. Look at these guys, though. Is there going to be a lunge from the Red Bull of Emily? No. In fact, there's a brake check, or not quite. I think... I don't know. And around goes Jake Bamford almost. He's now down in 15th as Harry Spanswick sets the fastest lap of the race. What was it? I think it was Charlie into the back of John, or... I don't know. Racing Bull into the back of an Alpine. Not sure which one. Out in front, though. Is this a move for the lead with 3 laps to go? Let's not forget. He's almost onto the grass. Left wing back, Lloyd Bailey takes the lead of the race that Callum Lyons has led for so long. But he might not mind this. He's got to conserve battery, try and hold on into the DRS and play the games, as there's plenty of position changes down here. This time Charlie Roberts losing a place to the Red Bull sister team. Jack Cockane as well, I think, lost a place this time to John Ahern. Synchronised moves at Laycom for the midfield. He did turn it on. Left wing back did turn his racing line on. That is why he's suddenly become quick again. And you know what? I respect it. If you're not ready for racing line, fair play. You're still doing a last to first. That's pretty impressive regardless. Is there going to be a lunge from Jake Bamford here? Not so sure about that. Where is the rain? Bakalek, you said a 58% chance of rain 40 minutes into the race. It's been 40 minutes. It's almost 10 past 8. Where is the rain? As Harry Spanswick and Bart Nouting are fighting into the bus stop chicane. This is a terrible camera angle, but there's a bit of wheel banging and Harry is through up into P6. He can get onto the podium here, which is where he pitted from. Can he win? I'm not sure. I'll have to find out. He's got 3 laps to do it. Callum Lyons has no battery compared to left wing back. Absolutely none, as Stewart makes up another place, this time on Charlie Roberts up in P11. Look at this, no battery for the McLaren. He's having to use it just to stay within DRS. The Aston burnt 30%. But yeah, are there going to be any team orders at Haas here? You would think so. Question is, how soon is he going to let him through? I don't know if Bakalek is going to play along with the team orders. Harvey, are you watching? Shout at them. I don't know. Tell him to get out of the way. Although, he is gaining on Charlie Gordon and Connor. There is definitely a podium on here for Harry Spanswick. On the better medium tyres at this stage of the race. 2 laps to go at the end of this one. And we still don't have any rain. We've been lied to. We have been lied to. As further down we see Charlie Roberts and Jake Bamford battling. Can Callum Lyons mount a challenge? Not with that battery, he can't. 22% to 76 is not a contest. Anyway, Harry's been stuck behind Bakker for a whole lap here. Is he going to be let through now, or are they going to fight it to the end? Bit of weaving. Oh, he's not happy. He's shaking the wheel in frustration. He thinks he should be let through so he can have a go at the Williams. But there is an argument to say if you can't get past your teammate, you can't get past the Williams either, right? Let's see if he can get past his teammate. Overtake engage. Will Bakker fight it? Yes, they're both deploying battery like crazy. The two Haas cars. Harry Spanswick is going to get past, but he's used a lot of battery to do that, and he's up into P5. 2 laps to go, including this one. And there's still no rain. We have been lied to. By Daniel Bakulik. Of all people. Shocking. Anyway, out in front, the battery difference is simply too big to think about a contest. But what can Spanswick do, or what can Charlie Gordon do to try and get on the podium? At least on the road. Of course, he has a 3-second time penalty, so it is going to be for nothing unless he can get it removed. But Harry can definitely get something. He's net P4 at the moment. Callum's pen will get removed, and even if it doesn't, he has the gap now to maintain P2. Further back, there's scrapping between Alpines and a Red Bull as well. And here is one of the Alpines. It's Stewart getting past his teammate Jack here, his team principal. 9th and 10th for them is not a terrible result at all. Let's go to the battle for the podium. Actually, let's not. Let's switch back, because I think there was going to be a move. And I was wrong. Back to the podium battle. We're on to the final lap of the race. I still see no raindrops on my screen. It is a disgrace that we've been lied to. Callum Lyons is as close as he has ever been as Stewart gets past John into La Source. But look at left wing back battery. He's got 20% to burn. Callum's got nothing. And I think he's going to hold on into Laycombe. Here comes Harry Spanswick though. He is running out himself. He's on 8%. Charlie Gordon using the DRS from Connor to hold on and saving Connor really in a way. John and Stewart are changing places on the straight. And they filter through. And further back we have Jake up the inside of Charlie. This is risky stuff and unnecessary stuff. And Charlie holds on to the position, I think. Yes, he does. For now, at least. Will Jake send one up the inside of this hairpin? He's done it before, I think, in this race. And is he going to go again? No. Not quite late enough on the brakes to do that. And in fact, the greasy rag has a go and sticks his nose in where it wasn't welcome. What about that? I mean, how has he saved so much battery? What is going on, Callum? I switched back and he's on 80%. Surely he's got this in the bag. As left wing back. We will watch to the line to see if Callum can do anything. A crazy lunge. Something ridiculous. But he's out of deployment. I pressed the button again. He's out of deployment. And it is going to be left wing back surely. As Bakulik gets past Harry. Team orders. What are team orders? Or maybe that was the team orders. I don't know. Anyway, through the final corner we go. It's been a long race with 4 safety cars. But at the end of it, from 15th on the grid, left wing back Lloyd Bailey wins the mystery race of GRS F2. Callum Lyons is P2. Conor McCabe is P3. Bakulik is 4th and 5th for Haas as well. Harry Spanswick. Bart Nauting up into 6th. Charlie Gordon with the 3-second time penalty takes 7th. Stewart in 8th. John in 9th. Jack Cocaine gets a point in 10th. Or a few points actually for 10th. And then there were some other drivers that I didn't see because I ran out of time. But yeah, not a bad race in the end. I mean, there were too many safety cars. There was no rain. We've been absolutely bamboozled. We've been scamassed by the rain. Where was the rain? I'm going to ask everybody. What? Where rain? What are we doing? I was promised rain. We didn't get any. Shocking. Anyway, driver of the day from the game is left wing back. No surprises there. But yeah. Decent little race. Especially the first 5 laps, I've got to say, were very, very, very entertaining. Poor day for VCarb down there. Let me take some screenshots of this for driver of the day later on. Connor with a good shout. P11 to P3. 59% chance of rain at the end of the race, apparently. And it didn't happen. Here's your race director. You will need this if you want a warning removed. Callum Lyons, you might... Well, you probably won't because you've got a straight pen. But I think you will get it anyway. Yes, you got P2 anyway, so it may not be worth reporting. But yeah, not bad. Do we want to do interviews real quick? Sure, why not? Let's do interviews real quick. Let's have a look. Callum Lyons, Connor. Interviews. Quick. Question mark. Alright, we are in the interview room. Very quickly. And we already have somebody here to join us, our race winner. We may just start yapping already because I want to go play pro clubs. So, Lloyd is here, left wing back is here. He started 15th on the grid and he's managed to win. He turned his Racing Line hacks back on, but I can't complain about that because I use it myself. So, yeah, I mean, you made all the overtakes. You got through 4 safety cars, so you basically made the overtakes in half the time. It must have been very eventful for you. Yeah, how was it?
The first few laps were interesting because people just take themselves out really, so I was kind of able to get through very easily. So it was only in the top 4 I really had any problems with getting past. And then Callum's amazing safety car restart destroyed Jake's race. And yeah, it was pretty much easy after that.
Yeah, I was amazed at the end. You had so much more battery than Callum on every lap at the last sort of 5 laps. So you seem to have all the pace in hand to control it at the end once you got in the lead.
Yeah. Well, this is my 3rd race at Spa in 2 weeks, so I was very happy to see it.
So you got a bit lucky with the wheel. So
yeah,
was this your favourite choice from the wheel then, do you think?
Definitely one of them. I think there's 3 on there I've done the past 2 weeks, so I'd have been fine with any of them really.
Fair enough. You're storming to this championship in record time. Yes. Any other goals? Do you want to win them all? Win every race? What is the limit here?
No, the goal is to turn off line. I want to do at least 1 race fully without line, but I don't know if it's going to be possible.
Maybe a race where you can practice, not a mystery race, though.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Final question. Was there any rain? I was promised rain. What's going on? Why was there no rain?
Yes. There was meant to, it was like 60%, like 2/3 through the race, but it just never came.
Never came, despite the safety cars.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyway, congratulations.
Thank you.
We'll have to start. I don't know how many races are left, but we'll have to start thinking about when you can wrap up the title because you're like 50 points clear.
I missed 2 though, so
you are missing 2 soon. Who knows? If Harry wins both of them, maybe it will be.
Yeah. Or Arno decides to actually show up.
Nah, he doesn't do that. Oh, we have another interviewee. We'll move. Thank you, race winner. We'll move on to P3 man who drove an amazing race from I think 12th on the grid. No, 11th on the grid. Close enough. But he got through the chaos, dodged all the safety cars, and ended up in P3. Connor, congratulations. How was your race, mate?
Yeah, it was a good race, really. I just tried to keep it clean on the restarts. And yeah, I was kind of hoping for Belgium. I'd done a little bit of practice, but anything but Monaco, pretty much.
Yeah, I think a lot of people said that. Obviously, there was a lot of safety cars. Was the strategy pretty simple to pit on one of them and not some of the others? We saw Harry try and do a 2-stop pit onto mediums. Was that ever an idea for you?
No, I'm not too sure why he did that, but he did come quite close at the end, so yeah, respect to him.
Yeah, I think Charlie sort of helped you. You sort of helped pull him along and created a DRS train so he couldn't get through you all. But yeah, and I don't know if this is your first podium of the season. Is it?
Yeah, it is actually. I got 1 last season.
So looking to beat that tally this season then?
Hopefully,
yeah. Any particular track you're looking forward to and coming up, or you don't know? Should we see what's on the calendar?
Well, it was Saudi Arabia last season where I got
Okay.
the podium, so
And that's the season finale.
maybe that one. Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the race.
Yeah, thanks.
Were you expecting rain as well? I was really disappointed there was no rain.
I was expecting it, I wasn't really hoping.
Yeah.
But
Anyway,
got it.
thank you for joining us. We will not have whoever came second. Callum does not want to talk to us. But that's fine. Tomorrow is another mystery race. It will not be Spa, because it's now off the wheel. It will be one of the others. It could be Monaco, which would be dreadful. But join us for that. And if not, join us next week for the next round of F2, which is, drum roll please, Qatar. Well, there won't be any safety cars there, so if you didn't enjoy the safety cars today, you don't have to worry, because if you crash at Qatar, you've done something seriously wrong. Anyway, until then, goodbye.